facial hair does for a man what makeup does for a woman. It's like a man's way of contouring his face and, you know, making him appear more handsome. However, just like makeup done the wrong way, it can actually make you look worse rather than better. Look, you either have nice facial hair genetics or you don't. And if you're like me and you deal with patchiness, then it just really isn't a good look and you might as well just forget it altogether. A couple months ago, actually, I just tried to go for it. You know, I just tried to rock the facial hair. You guys may have seen it. And my wife, she was like, nah, boy, like you can't be rocking that. So for those of you that are like me, don't get ahead of yourself. If you have, you know, a patchy beard, then go ahead and keep it nice and clean. You may think you look all nice and good and masculine, but you probably don't. These last few years, I've actually been using minoxidil on my face every night, and it has worked. I've definitely seen a lot more hair grow in. However, it's still not my time yet. Still got to be patient. So keeping your face nice and clean is going to look so much better opposed to having a beard that's halfway grown in. Razor bumps, acne, irritated skin. You know, this isn't the best look for anyone really. And in my teenage years, when I dealt with these things, my razor definitely didn't help. In fact, when I would use my razor, I would use it for all areas of my body, my face, my underarms, my man zones below, and all this did was cause more acne, more irritation, more razor bumps. But once I switched on over to a trimmer, I noticed that all those areas cleared up instantly. And this is because a trimmer cuts the hair as close to the skin as possible without interfering with the skin, causing less irritation. So if you deal with acne, constant razor bumps, rashes anywhere on your body, I would highly suggest you to switch your razor out for a trimmer. Your skin will thank you for it, and you should notice clearer and smoother skin right away. The Lawnmower 3.0 is a perfect tool for achieving this. I use it all, you know, I use it everywhere. I use it on my face, my underarms, my one-eyed willy. And I know that's kind of gross to say, but yeah, I'm just being real, just being honest. And it's my own body. Like I keep my body pretty clean, fairly clean all the time, so I don't really, it doesn't bother me any. Manscaped is today's sponsor, so we're just making sure that your Johnson is on fleek, you know, and all your man zones are nice and tidied up. The new Lawnmower 3.0 is an advanced trimmer that is waterproof and includes skin-safe technology, so you can use it with confidence in the shower. And right now we got 20% off plus free shipping plus 2 free gifts when you use the promo code DREX at manscaped.com. And look, even if you got perfect flawless skin, your Johnson, this little guy right here, this is your most prized possession. You hear me? It's your man tool. It's one of the greatest gifts you will ever give somebody. Serious. So make sure that he's looking nice and handsome at all times. By the way, if you purchase the Perfect Package 3.0, not only will you get this trimmer, but you will also get the ball deodorant and ball toner. And if you sign up for the Peak Hygiene plan, not only will you get 20% off of your order, but replacement blades sent to your house every 3 months as well. So be sure to check out the link I have for you down in the description and don't miss out on this exclusive deal. Now let's go ahead and discuss eyebrows. Times are changing. 10 to 15 years ago, you may have started, you know, to see men starting to take care of their eyebrows, like getting them waxed or maybe even getting them threaded, just looking on fleek, just on point, right? I used to do this myself. I used to go in weekly and get them threaded. Hey, but it's 2020 now, and that was cool back a handful of years ago. Which, hey, if you're going for that look, you know, and that's the look you want to go for, a more feminine look, then hey, all power to you. But if you're a dude and you're trying to attract women, this may not be your best bet. This can actually be a huge turnoff for most women. See, girls these days are starting to prefer men to kind of scale things back and get back to that masculine state. Now hear me out, I'm totally not saying just to neglect all of your you know, grooming techniques and things like that. I'm just saying to if you're taking it a little too far, if you're becoming a little too obsessive, maybe just scale it back a little bit. And I've totally had to do this myself, eyebrows especially. I used to get my eyebrows threaded weekly, like I was saying. Now, these days, I simply just pluck out a few here and there just to kind of clean things up, clean the area up a bit, you know, just get rid of a few wild strands. Definitely don't want a unibrow. And that's it, simple as that. Everything looks nice and clean without sacrificing that masculine look that I like to portray. And honestly, this is something that most women love, and not just with eyebrows, but kind of with everything. Women love a man who takes care of himself and has good grooming techniques, but who also doesn't overdo it and become obsessive. Nose hairs. Now, science has shown us that as you age and as you get older, the more larger your nose hair becomes, which isn't gonna help us out one bit, especially if you have danglers just hanging from your nostrils. It's not a good look. And the funny thing about nose hairs, which I've talked about like a video or two ago, is that they're very unnoticeable to yourself, but very noticeable to the women you are talking to. And usually women are shorter than men, so most of the time they're gonna be looking up at you, which means they're gonna be noticing all that. So make sure that your nose hairs are on point. I also encourage all of you to only use a trimmer. Do not pluck out any nose hairs, because this can become very dangerous to your health and can actually cause infections within your body. I'll go ahead and link my favorite nose hair trimmer in the description below for you. I personally think, out of all the nose hair trimmers I've used, I think this is the best one, simply because of its effectiveness, and it's also waterproof, which makes it way more easier to clean. Scale back your hair product. Now, having more hair product within your hair doesn't necessarily mean you're gonna achieve more volume and more hold. This is actually going to weigh your hair down and cause it to be lifeless and just to fall flat. Also, I know this is kind of dangerous territory, and YouTubers don't talk about this because everybody's trying to sell their product as the product with the most hold and the most volume. But if you ask women, they actually prefer a little hair fall. Having a hairstyle that's a little messy, a little out of place, a little bit falling down is actually found to be really sexy by women. So if you got a few hair strands, especially for those of you that have longer hair, if you have a few strands that are falling a little bit out of place, maybe falling a little bit to the side, a little bit on your forehead, rock it. I mean, having a perfectly perfect hairstyle that's just perfectly straight up all day long, this isn't what a woman is looking for, Honestly, if you have that kind of hairstyle and you're sensitive about people touching your hair, girls are probably gonna be a little turned off by this, and they're gonna be a little intimidated by your hair. They're not even gonna wanna get near it or touch it with a 10-foot pole. So honestly, most girls prefer a nice, messy, sexy hairstyle that's not perfectly perfect, standing 7, 8, 9 inches high in the air. I mean, why else do you think Superman himself has that little curly little hair thing in the front hanging down? I mean, come on. Now let's go ahead and move on to grooming in your sleep. Most people don't know this, but while you are sleeping, your skin is actually more receptive to reparative ingredients. And this is because while you are sleeping, your body isn't busy fighting off environmental aggressors like it is during the day. So basically, all throughout the night while you are dead asleep, your skin is in major repair mode, which is why your nighttime skin routine is most important. And like I've always said here on this channel, feel free to use whatever products work best for you. Me personally, I've dealt with adult acne for years, and Travertine Spa is my go-to brand. I'm almost 28, and I'm at that stage in my life right now where I gotta really start taking care of my skin, making sure that I'm on it every single day, day and night, or else those wrinkles are gonna start kicking in here in the next 5 to 10 years. And so the reason why I use Travertine is because the ingredients that they use are highly effective, and they help nourish and repair my skin. Their pH balancing moisturizer is probably my favorite product that they have due to the anti-aging retinol and green tea ingredients. By the way, all the products that I use in today's video, I will link them down in the description just in case if you guys want to go ahead and check it out. And now to finish off this video with number 7, I know this is a grooming video, but for those of you that have been following me for a while, then you already knew I was gonna do this, but I always gotta go a little bit deeper and discuss things that are a little bit more, that have a little bit more substance than just kind of physical attributes and materialistic things. I don't know, I guess it's just kind of embedded in my DNA, but be presentable, yes. Keep this outer shell, this vessel continuously evolving and looking its best, of course. But before all that, what's most important, especially for us men, is tempo. Every single day on a daily basis, we gotta constantly zoom out and check our tempo. Our tempo is the foundation of how we live our lives. And most people will actually judge us based off of our tempo, that tempo that we create on a daily basis. These days, it's so easy for us to wake up and be stressed out, be filled with anxiety, to be controlled by the world's normalities. All these things that we see on social media. We see images, negative images every single day. And we get so used to it. We become accustomed to what the world says is okay. And we lose focus of what's really right, what's really true, and what God has all called us to as humans. We've talked about arguing. Arguing is such an easy temptation to fall into, and it weakens you as a man. Complaining, envying others. There's so much going on in the world today that it's flooding our minds. It's suffocating us. And you got to be so careful of letting those outside sources control your mood, your actions, your energy levels even. And most of all, you know, your tempo. Don't conform to it. I'm here telling you today, and I'm here telling myself most of all, you know, every time I'm speaking depth, or I'm speaking something of substance, I'm speaking to myself first. I've told you guys this. You know, it's that silent sermon that I speak to myself every single day. The tempo that you create for your life will not only make you more joyful and just more content, but it will actually bleed on over into your physical appearance. You know, it's gonna show through. It's gonna percolate through, and it's a psychological trick, man. Women are gonna see that in you. You know, they're gonna see those values come out of you because you're just gonna shine different. And you know, that's all women are looking for, man. They're looking for a dude that, yeah, does take care of himself, that does look good, but that you know, that's a rock, that's calm, that is not easily angered or offended, that is content, relaxed, and in control of himself. Someone just that has that mellow tempo, because this shows that you are reliable. It shows that you are strong, you're solid, and that you're safe. You know, you're safe, you're a protector. This is why it's so important to constantly be watching your tempo every single day. Be on it. For me, that tempo was found when I walk with God on a daily basis. When I start to veer off and kind of do my own thing and I fall off track, my rhythm, man, it starts to, you know, my rhythm is off. And when my rhythm is off, I mean, my mind, it just starts to run rampant. My tempo just starts to go out of control. My direction is askew, and then my effectiveness becomes very faulty. So be in control and be on constant guard to the things that may accelerate your tempo. When tensions or conflicts arise, when struggle hits, stay rooted. Control that tempo. Honestly, it's one of the most attractive traits a man can have, is having a mellow tempo. So with that said, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Hope you got a little something from it. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments below. Please give this video a nice big thumbs up if you dug it. Subscribe if you are new, and be sure to hit that notifications button to be informed when I drop new content. And I'll see you very soon. My name is Drexler. Shaka bra.